Get my 6. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Homesteading Off the Grid, the most awesomest homesteading channel on the entire internet that has absolutely nothing to do with homesteading. Do you enjoy the backdrop today? This is our beautiful pond. I'm at the head of it. That's our dock over there, as you can see. No, it's not a green screen. Let me find something. I don't want it to be too big. So a lot of times people are like, man, you're a bum. You don't got a place that pretty. You got a green screen. No, I don't. I got a place this pretty. Watch. Did you see that? See, that's not a green screen, brah. That's a real pond. You just have to forgive some traffic sounds. Not many cars go by, but a few do. That's why we always make the videos usually up the campground. But anyway, I'll try to give you the view. I'm telling the story for the October night story here by the pond because it's a story involving a pond, a couple ponds. And well, I'll just put it out there for you, a ghost of a boy who drowned in it. And number 2, I'm making it in the afternoon instead of at night because the story is so creepy. It gave me the heebie-jeebies. And I don't want to come down here at night to tell it. So I'm going to share it with you now. Happy October. No matter what time of day it is, it's absolutely beautiful. It's my favorite time of month. Got to get my old man reading glasses. Now, I don't want to say, you can't be looking for him, her, it, or they back there just because we're at the pond instead of up in the woods, because you just never know who or what you may or may not see anywhere on this property. And, we've got a fruit orchard down there. You probably can't tell by the depth of perception, but on the other side of this beautiful weeping willow, which we started out from a cutting this long a stick. It's now 20, 25 feet tall. There's another 50 yards past that before you actually hit the privacy hedge, and there's 60 fruit trees. And we've had some weird things take place down there with those fruit trees. So, among the fruit trees, so you never know. Keep watching. So the name of this story is Twin Pond Ghost, and it was submitted by a viewer, Linda Lou. Thank you, Linda Lou in Kentucky. And if you have a creepy ghost story that you'd like us to share here during the month of October or any time, and to be considered or published in the next volume of True Hauntings, which will be volume 5, send it to the channel. The email address is crazylake@mail.com. So, Linda Lou, your story is definitely going in volume 5. Wow, that is a pretty pond. No wonder so many people think I have a green screen. Huh. I can just see now. This happened in Todd County, Kentucky. Twin Pond Ghost by Linda Lou. In 1972, when I was 17 years old, a teenage boy that I knew had drowned in a pond on a farm. It is called the Twin Ponds because there are 2 ponds close together. He had been swimming with his cousins. He was 19 years old. He had natural curly, shoulder-length black hair. About 1 or 2 months after he had died, his mother called my mother wanting me to come and stay with her for a while because she was alone. So I went to stay with her. She lived within walking distance of the ponds in a small house that had 4 rooms downstairs and 1 room upstairs on a country road where there are not very many cars. His room was the one that was upstairs. So yeah, this sounds like my place. So there's no way I'm coming down here at night to tell this story. The stairs were the type that had a wall on each side and a door at the bottom of the stairs. His mother told me that I could sleep in his room, but I did not want to. It felt too creepy. Everything was still the same as he had left it. It still looked as if he would be back at any time, so I stayed in a bedroom downstairs next to the stairs that led to his bedroom. One night, after I went to sleep, I was either sleepwalking or dreaming that I was walking down the road in the middle of the night in the direction of the Twin Ponds. There was a bright full moon. As I was standing there wondering why I was walking alone on the road at night and where I was going, I saw someone walking up the road towards me from the ponds. As he got closer, I saw that it was the teenager. that had drowned. I tried to speak to him, saying his name, but he would not answer or look at me. He was walking at a slow pace, a few inches past me, with his head down, and his eyes were half closed. I could have reached out and touched him, but for some reason I could not move. I saw that his hair was wet, but it was not raining. Water was dripping off his hair and face and glistening in the moonlight. I watched him as he walked past me toward the house and disappeared into the yard. I guess he was going home. What happened next is where it gets more strange, because I can swear that I was awake at this time. So she's uncertain if that was a dream or if she actually was out there sleepwalking. But this next part, she was absolutely awake. I'd woken up in bed thinking about the dream I just had when I got a funny feeling that I was being watched and that I was not alone. I turned over and looked at the open bedroom door. That is when I saw him standing there. He was leaning against the door with his arms crossed with a blank stare and smiling at me. He was wearing a white shirt with a V-neck, long baggy sleeves and dark pants, the same thing that he was wearing when I saw him on the road in my dream. The curtains were open and the moonlight came through the windows so I could see him clearly and everything in the room. I rose up on my elbow, smiling back at him. As I started to speak to him, he started moving towards me. This is when I became scared and threw the blankets over my head, because he was not moving in a normal way. He was floating and gliding with his arms down to his side, and I saw nothing below his knees. That was when I remembered that he had died. I had forgotten until then. While I was under the blankets, I started praying real fast, waiting for the blankets to move or for him to touch me. After a few minutes, it seemed like forever, I peeped out from under the blankets and saw nothing. So I jumped out of the bed and ran across the room and turned on the lights. I must have made a lot of noise when my feet hit the hardwood floor, running to the wall where the light switch was, because his mother came running into the room from her bedroom with just her nightgown on and a worried look on her face, asking me what was wrong. I lied and told her that there was nothing wrong. It was embarrassing waking her up in the middle of the night, and also I did not want to tell her that I thought I had seen her son's ghost. Then she started laughing and said, "You're lying. You saw him, didn't you? I know you did. I can tell by the way you're acting and the look on your face. You are really pale. He won't hurt you. I see him all the time." That did not help. I already knew he would not hurt me. That was not what scared me. I was not scared of him until I remembered that he had died. We went back to bed and I slept with the light on for the rest of the night. When it became daylight, I told her that I wanted to go home, but she wanted me to stay with her, telling me again that he would not hurt me. As it was close to getting dark out, the more nervous I got and the more scared I became, so she let me go home. I could not spend another night there. I still went and spent time with her during the day, but I could not stay there at night again. I would leave just before it started getting dark. She's died since then, and I know she is with her son now. It has been several years now, and I still cannot go to the house at night. I was told from other people who have lived in the house that he could be heard running up and down the stairs to his bedroom. The end. So, Linda Lou, thank you so much for that wonderful ghost story. It's tragic. The young man lost his life, and sounds like we got a tree knock somewhere around here in these woods. Yeah, I'm glad I did this during the day, not out here at night. So I hope you guys enjoyed that story. Another tale for our beautiful October nights. And again, if you have a story, send it to the channel. It's crazylake@mail.com. And these books that we read from, the October Nights, parts 1 and 2, and all of the true hauntings and everything else I've written is available on Amazon in print and or Kindle. Or you can get autographed print copies like many of you have been doing here this October through our Etsy store. The links to both of those places are in the description box of this video below. Thanks for your support here. Thanks for your support on Facebook at Sick Twisted Humor, and at my wife's channel, or her page, Homesteading Off the Grid, on Facebook. She's now monetized. I'm super duper proud of her. She's worked hard in social media, and that's a tale for another time, and that I'll expand on that more here later in the month when I read one of my favorite stories from October Nights, part 1, called The Writer's Wife. So, got to give that woman all the credit for being where I am. and she's catching up to me, at least with her social media, as a social media content creator. She also has her YouTube channel here on YouTube. It's called Life with Dearly. Go check her out. She's a cutie pie. She is the bright sunshine in my life. So enough doting on my wife, who's not here to defend herself. See y'all for more next time at the greatest homesteading channel on the internet that has absolutely nothing to do with homesteading. See ya.